And this is a video review of Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron Trilogy Battle Cross Time Collection Maximal Grimlock. So here is the packaging for this set. As you may or may not know, it comes with Grimlock and Mirage. This review will focus solely on Grimlock. We'll do a separate one on Mirage later on. So nice image of Grimlock and Mirage in their respective robot modes. On the side is an image of Starscream and Dinobot. The other side is your standard Kingdom artwork. Standard artwork at the top, so Maximal and Autobot logo. Nothing at the bottom. They are part of figure set WFC-K40. And at the back, you'll see an image of Mirage and Dinobot, or sorry, Grimlock in their respective robot and alt mode. And as you can see, Grimlock is basically just a straight up repaint of a Dinobot with a new head. Inside the package, you'll see a large instruction sheet. This side is Mirage's and this side is Grimlock's. So yeah, pretty easy, pretty clear instructions. Now, focusing on Grimlock, to be honest with you, I wasn't really planning on picking up this set. If not for the Mirage, I would probably skip this set just because I didn't like the idea of getting another version of Dinobot. But to be honest, you know, as I've been playing around with him, this figure has grown on me. The deco is cool, and the new head sculpt is nice. We'll focus on that later, but it's not without its flaws. So taking a closer look at Grimlock, he does come with two accessories, which is basically the same ones that we got with Dinobot. So first off is this spinning tail thing, made out two separate plastic, or three rather. This part is white and the core part is white. This part is gray and painted with white deco. Now the deco itself I don't think I like, just because there's this straight line that cuts between the white and gray, and when you get him in Dinobot, it just doesn't dino mode, it just doesn't look organic, if you know what I mean. But what can you do? Now Dinobots, see if I have him here. Yep. This is the one that came with Dinobot, and as you can see, Dinobot's one is just the plain brown. So yeah, but to be honest, I like this better, just because, like I said, this doesn't look organic at all. Now looking at the sword, Grimlock's sword is only plain white, as opposed to, if I take Grimlock's, let go Grimlock, Grimlock does have a separate color for the hilt. Now the benefit of this is that it has that white tip in Dino mode, but Grimlock's does look a little bit nicer. The colors does make the sculpt pop a little bit more on Dinobot's one, but essentially, aside from the color, they're exactly the same. Now taking a look at Dinobot, first off, the only change really is the head, and this head is reminiscent of Grimlock. Let me see. I do have the let me just lift this up. I do have the Studio Series Grimlock, so you know, does retain this general same idea, although this one looks a little bit more primey than Grimlocky. So yeah, but in essence, you know, I like the more organic head. I do like the green for the eyes, although you know, it does get hidden in certain angles just because of how deep the eyes are, but it's not too bad. Comparing it to Grimlock's, to Dinobot's. Dinobot's head is a bit bigger, so I don't know if it's just because they want this guy to scale a little bit bigger. But yeah, rest of the body, if you had the original Dinobot, the original Grimlock, you'd know that he's also a repaint of the original Dinobot. The deco is different on the original toy. This is like spotted black and white, and I think I prefer that over this plain black. Some red detail there. I don't like that this upper arm is white and the lower arm is gray with no transitions. I do feel the gray plastic does hide that silver peg better than the one on Grimlocks, which is a little bit more egregious there. Gold crotch. Again, I wish there was a little bit more deco on the legs. It's just plain, similar to Grimlocks, or sorry, to Dinobots. I keep mixing up the names, but yeah. From the side, it's okay. From the back, you know, it's the same as Dinobot. So yeah, nice deco. I wish they'd put a little bit more transitions in certain areas, but no, all in all, it's fine. Now, articulation on Grimlock. You do have a ball joint on the neck, so I can swivel, tilt. A little bit more motion than Dinobot. The arm is on a swivel. There is a hinge, so I use that extensively in poses, as well as on the shoulder, so can have a bit more expressive shoulders. Swivel, 90-degree bend at the elbow. There is a swivel at the wrist, hinge at the wrist, and then hinges at the top and bottom, or top 3 fingers, bottom 2 fingers. Swivel at the waist. My waist does wobble a little bit. Is that the same for Dinobot? Yeah, I didn't notice that. There is a wobble. It's not really articulation, it's more, you know, stability than anything else. Waist, legs go all the way up, only that much back to the side. Swivel is less tight than Dinobot, which is a good thing. Dinobot is really tight. Knee goes to a little bit more than 90. Good amount of tilt, and a little bit forward and back on the foot, and the heel can go in as well if you need it for the posability. So decent amount of posability on this guy, similar to Dinobots. So now, transformation on Grimlock is exactly the same as Dinobots. First off, you rotate the arms and then lift that up on that shoulder joint. Do the same there. Oh, there's a bit of discoloration on mine there. I think mine is starting to yellow. Well, what can you do? These small arms, just rotate out. We then rotate these up. We'll worry about that later. Rotate at the waist. So let's do the, okay, let's separate the neck there. Separate this, so they are just compressed there, and then unpeg here. So that frees up a lot of the dino bits. For the legs, you open this up, rotate them so that the knee pads is flush to the thigh, and rotate the heel spur into the foot. Okay, and rotate the feet as such. Okay, now let's push the tail over the head and cover that head up. Now, make sure these are aligned. So what I do is, there is a central line there. Try to center it on the silver peg. It helps to have it pre-centered. And then what you want to do is, these two pegs will go onto those slots there. So let's just do that. Make sure the waist is centered. There you go. And then, sorry, there's these pegs there as well that will go on the slots on the knee pad. So peg there, peg to the shoulder, to the inside of the robot body. There you go. And then lastly, you will see on the feet there are these tiny pegs that will slot there. So we just put that back, and then we just move this out a little bit. Make sure this is still pegged. There you go. Why is it not going flush? I see. We just do that again. There you go. There you go. So that's how it should look like. Now these ones, you rotate this in. Now before I do that, see there is a peg there and a slot there. So if you peg that in there, this should help keep this flush. So I had that problem with my Dinobot where this just kept opening. As you can see, if you do that, it's flush. Now let's just arrange the feet. Do the same on the other side. Again, peg onto that slot. Arrange the dino feet. Let's just arrange the head and arrange the dino arms so they're oriented properly. And then lastly, we take the tail. We get the sword. See, there is that slot there that should align there. Go, and then close up the tail, and then just peg this onto the tail. And there you have Grimlock in his dino mode. Okay, looking at Grimlock in his dino mode, I think this is where the figure really shines. I really like this deco, aside from that, that straight line on the tail. It looks, it looks unique, and I like the green eyes. The green eyes really do pop. And the deco on the head, while I did prefer the spots on the robot mode, I think this black deco works better on dino mode. It does have those spots at the back. So yeah, really nice. That red thighs stands out a bit. Looks like he's injured. What can you do? The feet does still stay there, and like I said, that's that white line that goes straight on the tail. The tip of the sword is white, so it blends a little bit better on the tail than the original Dinobot. And I like that the big red, the big white thigh peg is actually white, or a joint rather, so it does blend better in dino mode as well. Again, there's this split of gray and white that doesn't flow quite as smoothly on the leg. So while we're here, let's compare him with his mold mate Dinobot. So as you can see, they are the exact same mold, only the deco differentiates them. But like I said, this one just looks a little bit cleaner. See how the orange ball joint there does stand out like a sore thumb, and that blue as well there. And then the sword tip purple does stand out. It looks like something to me that I don't want to elaborate. So yeah, really nice. And I do like having two raptors. So I have one guy. I just need one more guy, or one more dino, to do that Jurassic Park scene, or Jurassic World scene. So yeah, really nice deco. I do prefer this deco in dino mode, although I do prefer this deco in robot mode, the original Dinobot. So transforming him back, it's quite easy. Remove the tail, lift the leg, Let's do that. We'll do that later. Unpeg the feet. So just pull that down. We can then, let's do the feet first. Straighten out the leg. Close this up. And expose the heel spur. Do the same on the other side. Close the mouth. We can then unpeg the tail tip, exposing the head. And let's just peg into the back of the head of the dino. This one just compresses, and then these two side pegs will just go into those slots on either side of the body, filling up that gap. Now let's raise the arms up. Again, the yellowing makes me worry. So it looks like this figure, and this is a new figure, so it looks like it will yellow sooner than I anticipated. Flip that down. These ones, there is a peg that will slot into the hand, the dino hand. So we'll just do that. Hard to do on camera. Just look. There you go. And then the peg will slot into the front of the hand. Do the same on the other side. And then we rotate and slow down. Rotate and slow down. And there you go. There you have Grimlock in. Rotate at the waist. That's why it looked odd. And there you have Grimlock in his robot mode. You can store this at the back, by the way, so let's just do that. Okay, so final thoughts. This is a fun mode. I don't know if he's worth getting just by himself. Again, I bought this for the Mirage. But yeah, it's a fun mode. Whether you wanna get this particular version of the mode or Dinobot, I'd say if you already have Dinobot and have no interest in Mirage, then you'll probably be good just sticking with that. I myself, I wouldn't have bought this without Grimlock or without Mirage, but I'm happy with how this one turned out, so I'm not really too miffed of having to buy him. So yeah, that was the review. Next review will be on the Mirage, so if you want to see that, just subscribe. You should see that shortly. Otherwise, this has been Grimtrigger. This has been the just okay Kingdom Grimlock. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.